Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. I'm Emmanuel, I'm an airline pilot, and welcome to another cargo flight featuring the TFDI MD-11 freighter. Today we'll take it from Los Angeles to Newark, which is going to be a quick 4 and a bit hour flight across the entire United States. We're departing Los Angeles in the morning over here, and then we'll be landing over in Newark in the afternoon. So I'd say without any further ado, let's get right into this one and board our MD-11. While we're doing so, a little word from today's sponsor, Saintentions AI. If you're looking for an ATC add-on that is not just capable of doing your standard IFR A to B flight, but also other things like VFR, data link, and heck, even a cabin crew if you happen to fly a passenger aircraft at times, then Saintentions may just about be for you. So if you like what you're about to see in today's video in regards to the air traffic control, then do check them out using the link in the pinned comment or the video description below. And with all of that out of the way, let's go ahead and get going. Alright, so we are going to take a seat in the captain's seat of our MD-11 over here. It's a little rainy in California. Don't see that too often, do we? But let's go ahead and get our airplane set up. So the logbook is checked, the circuit breakers are all in, and the emergency equipment is on board. Weather radar is switched off, the fuel switches are off, the parking brake is released with the plane chocked at the moment. Flaps and spoilers handles are up. The landing gear handle is down, and the fuel dump and manifold switches are guarded. Right, emergency power is off, and then we can go ahead and power her up. So let's turn the battery on, also get the external power on. And let's just turn the thunderstorm light switch on here, because that lights the entire airplane up. Alright, so let's go ahead and get a little bit of light going here. 1, 2, 3, plus... Come on, plus the dome light, please. Yeah, that's looking good, isn't it? Alright, just give me that floodlight for the main panel here. Yeah, I just love the lighting in the MD-11. They've done a really good job on that. A really good one. Okay, then external power is connected. It's nice and warm. Nonetheless, let's do the fire test. Even though we're not going to start the APU just yet. Okay, fire test is looking good. Then let's do the annunciator light test. And that is looking good. Alright, then we can turn the IRSs on, 1, 2 and auxiliary, which is also going to initiate the cargo fire test. And that is looking excellent as well. Then let's move down to the FMS and just do a bit of a basic setup here. We got an MD-11F with a CF6 engine, nav database is up to date, and then we can just uplink that basic flight over here. So import the flight plan, send that thing to the FMC, and also set payload and fuel down there. And Los Angeles to Newark is in here, that's looking good. Initialize IRS. Thank you. Okay, so with those basics now done, let's go ahead and order GSX to start loading our airplane. And while that is in progress, we can start with the basics of, piloting. AKA, we are going to start with checking our flight plan. So let's go ahead and open up SimBrief and have a look at that flight plan PDF file. Provided I can find that button. Okay, here we go. So that's what our route is going to look like today. We will be departing from Los Angeles and then slightly north to Las Vegas, and then more or less in a straight line over to Newark. The significant weather chart shows us the lovely jet stream pushing us over on pretty much the entire sector. First half of the flight and second half of the flight. Now for the airport weather, Los Angeles, light rain, overall good weather conditions here, and Newark in the forecast is fantastic. A little bit low-lying clouds here, but nothing that is going to impede us. Alright, our outlet in Philadelphia is beautiful as well, and then looking at the flight plan, departing at 14:50, we are going to arrive about an hour early in Newark. We are not critical with any of our weights, and cruising in flight level 330 first and 350 later. Alright, with all of that in mind, let's go right down to our fuel section, and down here we got 92,400 Freedom units of fuel, plus 1,500 taxi, plus, well, now is the question, do we want to take some extra because of that extra fuel usage that the Pratt & Whitney version of the plane has? Well, to be honest, I'm not quite sure, but we are not critical with our landing weight, so we can take 10,000 pounds extra, and we should be on the safe side here. So we're gonna make that a standard fuel of 94,000 pounds. We are going to increase that to 104,000, and then we should be good to go. So let's go ahead and make that 104,000 pounds of fuel. Payload, go back, and then we got the 0 fuel weight and the fuel. Let's start with the fuel. That's 104, like that. And for our 0 fuel weight, we are looking at 450,000 pounds. So let's go ahead and do that as well for, no, that's wrong, 450, like that. Set payload. Okay, done. Then we've got all that lovely stuff. So then let's start on our airplane. Now, cargo loading should be in progress by now, and indeed it is. Okay, so voice recorder test is looking good. Up here everything is set. Over here we can start with the hydraulic pressure test. Then the emergency power is getting armed. The fuel quantity gauges are tested. Emergency lights on, no smoking on, seatbelts to go. Nav light on, logo light on, and that's it. And on the right hand side we can do a quick GPWS test. Okay, then we can go further down, reset the fuel use denunciators, and on the main panel we do need inches today. We'll set the exact value a little bit later on. Everything's set up here, and the same on the other end side. Up here as well. So, standby attitude. Here we go, and auto brake, takeoff. So down here everything's set. Ooh, looks like we just got a little bit of lightning here as well, huh? Okay, Squawk 2000, TCAS above, and that's all looking good. On the right hand side we can already tune 1 to 1.5. Like that, and you can listen to a bit of stuff as well down there. Okay, good. So that much for our cockpit preparation. Then let's go straight down into our FMC. So, flight plan as always from SimBrief. And then we can get started. Los Angeles to Newark, our alternate is Philly. So, Philadelphia, we are the FedEx 3901, cruise levels 330 and later 350. Like that, temperature up at cruise level is -50, and the wind component is a tailwind of 89 knots. Cost index 30, like that. Now for our flight plan, departing Los Angeles on runway 7 left, and we're going to fly the Gardy for departure towards Las Vegas. Okay, insert that, and now for our arrival, we're currently expecting Newark, runway 04 right. Oh, looking for airways. Here we go. Newark, star, ILS 04 right, and we got the Fox Quebec Mike 3 arrival coming from Sierra Lima Tango, like that, and we'll take the Kilmat transition, insert. Okay, then let's find our departure charts real quick, and I'll tell you what, I'm gonna use the Navigraph chart app down here because, honestly, I don't like the chart implementation in the TFDI EFB. We'll be using this instead. Alright, but most definitely not with VFR charts. Here we go, IFR, that's looking better. So, Gardy for departure. This is heading 071 to receive radar vectors. Then we'll continue by trap at 8,000, Jivy above 10,000. Then we have Klotz above 13,000, Gardy above 16,000. And then we continue via Navy, Meisen, No, actually, no, Meissen is not there. Navy, Blazon, and Las Vegas. And that is all tracked and looking good. Okay. So, init and... next page, please. So, zero fuel weight, 449.7. Block fuel 104, CG to be confirmed, and couple fuel figures here, please. Route reserve is 2.2, and final 7. Okay. So, nothing to be inserted here just yet, but hey, tell you honestly, why not just insert the acceleration altitudes yet? 1500, 1500, 1500. Okay, and that's our FMS setup completed. So with that, we've done the entire setup. Let's go ahead and collect the Natus, and then we can get our clearance. So, 13565.
Left. Wind 080 at 12. Visibility 3. Sky conditions. View at 900 feet. Broken at 1400 feet. Solid overcast at 2000 feet. Temperature 12. Dew point 12. Altimeter 29er79er. Density altitude 0 feet. Arrival metering in effect. Expect possible airborne hold. Advise on course heading, altitude, and if flight following is requested. Read all runway and hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact. You have information Kilo. Los Angeles International Airport, information Kilo. 1744 Zulu. Arriving runways 7 right, 6 left. Departing runways 6 right, 7 left. Wind 080 at 12. Visibility 3. Sky conditions. View at 900 feet. Broken at 1400 feet. Solid overcast at 2000 feet. Temperature 12. Dew point 12. Altimeter 29er79er. Density altitude 0 feet. Arrival metering in effect. Expect possible airborne hold.
Alright, so 2979er is set 3 times, and then we can call for clearance. Los Angeles delivery, FedEx 3901 Heavy, request IFR clearance to Newark, information Kilo.
Clearance on request, you're number 1.
So, start that APU, please.
FedEx 3901 Heavy, Los Angeles clearance cleared to Newark Liberty via the GAR D4 departure. Then as filed, climb and maintain 5000. Expect flight level 33010 minutes after departure. Departure on 124.3 squawk 4465. Expect runway 7 left.
FedEx 3901 is cleared to Newark via the GAR D4 departure, runway 7 left, climbing 5000, expect level 330 10 minutes after departure, 124.3, squawk 4465.
FedEx 3901 Heavy, read back correct.
Okay, runway 7 left, GAR D4 is confirmed, 5000 set, 330 10 after, 124.3, let's pre-select that down here as a reminder. Like that, and the squawk 4465. Alright, clearance is confirmed. Okay, then we're basically done setting up everything down here. By now, the loading should be completed. And it is. So, currently prepare the aircraft for pushback and departure. Well, and APU is available. So, services, GPU disconnect, and for the chocks, we better set that parking brake. Like that. Okay, let's do some performance here. Los Angeles, 7 left, full length. Get the weather, get the weight. Packs will be off. And any ice is not required with those temperatures. Calculate. That's flex 57, flaps 14. Okay, takeoff speeds 150, 169, 179. And that's all looking good. And just to be sure I didn't mess anything up, should have been 450 over here for the zero fuel weight. And we can accept that CG and that zero fuel CG. Okay, that's all looking fantastic. Beautiful, then we've done pretty much everything. Let's go ahead and do the cockpit checklist. Gear pins removed, pitot-static checked. Cabin signs on. FCP set, speed band 0 taxi. Altimeters 299 or 2979 reading 100, set left, set right, and center. Fuel 104,000 pounds. System display status checked. System modes all auto. Takeoff data inserted. Auto brake. Takeoff. Takeoff warning. Checked. And flap takeoff selector set. And that's the cockpit checklist complete. Alright then, let's call for a pushback. Los Angeles ground, FedEx 3901, request pushback and startup. No? 12175 is correct, isn't it? Yep. Los Angeles ground, FedEx 3901, request pushback and startup.
FedEx 3901 Heavy, pushback and startup approved, tail south.
Pushback and startup approved, tail south, and FedEx 3901 Heavy. Before start checklist, cabin. Let's see, status. Cabin secured, mobile off, engine ignition A, beacon on, system modes, auto, parking brake set, before start checklist complete. So, ground FedEx, pushback and startup approved, and the parking brake is set. After that, release brakes. Parking brake released. Thank you, start on the pushback, and you can start the engines at your discretion. Roger, starting in sequence 312. Okay, then we're ready to go with engine number 3. Engine 3 start. We'll do the briefing during taxi if that's okay with you, because that way we are staying on time here. Fuel on. EGT. Engine 1 start. Okay, pushback is completed, set park and brake. Park and brake set. Fuel flow, EGT.
American 821, ready to taxi.
American 821, runway 7 left taxi via Charlie 9 or Charlie Lima.
Runway 7 left taxi via Charlie 9 or Charlie Lima, American 821.
Use some more lightning over here. Good start of 1, starting 2. Clear 2. I wonder what type of building that is in the back there. That just absolutely doesn't look like something I would expect to find at an American airport. Fuel flow, EGT. Okay, hand signal is received, clear pin is seen. And we have 3 good starts, prepare the airplane for taxi, see you in front and have a good day. Bye bye. Alright, that is looking fantastic. Anti-ice remains off, and after start checklist please. APU? Off, anti-ice, off, system modes, auto, after start checklist complete. FedEx 3901 Heavy, request taxi.
FedEx 3901 Heavy, runway 7 left taxi via Alpha 2, Alpha Quebec, hold short of runway 7 right, then Hotel Bravo 17.
FedEx 3901 Heavy, taxi runway 7 left via Alpha 2, Alpha Quebec, hold short 7 right, and thereafter Hotel Bravo 17. Okay, so that is Alpha 2, Alpha Quebec, Hotel Bravo 17. Okay, taxi routing is understood. And we're clear on the left side, and we're clear on the right side. Nope, too dark for my taste. Okay, let's go. Brakes are checked. So we're on Alpha 2 over here, and then we are going to turn left onto Alpha. We are heavy, we're really heavy. I'm not used to this after flying the passenger version for so long. But look at how much thrust we need here, 50%. Not supposed to use that much, but if it doesn't taxi otherwise... Alright, so we go all the way over here, and then to the end, hold short 7 right. Okay. So, are you ready for the departure briefing? Then, let me hear something. So we're departing Los Angeles, runway 7 left via the Gardy for departure, and the initial climb is to an altitude of 5,000. We contact departure when advised by air traffic control, and we have nothing special over here. Extra fuel, 10,000 pounds, giving us approximately half an hour, even though I'm kind of expecting that we're going to burn them all during the flight. And yeah, that's it from my side. So, thank you for that. We are taxiing out with one hotspot, that's the crossing of runway 07 right. We got nothing special over here. Stop margin for the rejected takeoff shall be a couple hundred meters, and the engine outsit is straight at 25 miles, climbing 3,000. That's going to keep us safe as we are departing over flat lands, even though the MSA is a little bit higher in the departure sector. Now we've got nothing special on this SID. We have nothing non-standard today, unless our engines start coming off the aircraft. And well, that's really it. Threats for the departure, I see the weather, especially since we do seem to have active thunderstorms very close to the airfield here. So we'll have a good look at the weather radar before we depart. And that's really it. Do you have any questions or concerns? No? Lovely. Then that's our departure briefing completed. So, your radio please, then I can focus on handling the aircraft. So, trim should be 7.1. Like that. Okay. So, are you ready for the flight control track? Ready? Full up. Full down. Neutral. Full left. Full right. Neutral, and we know that the rudder works because the nose wheel is responding, so that's all I need to be happy here. Okay. FedEx 3901, request crossing runway 7 right.
FedEx 3901 Heavy, cross runway 7 right, then continue taxi.
Okay, strobe light is on and the left is clear. Crossing 7 right, thereafter continue taxi FedEx 3901. Okay, so left on the Quebec after the runway, and then to the full length runway 7 right. I think this position over here is where the Aerologic did the runway incursion.
Switching to tower on 120.905. FedEx 3901 Heavy. Los Angeles Tower, FedEx 3901 Heavy. Good morning, holding short 7 left, ready for departure.
So let's turn those strobe lights off in order not to confuse that pilot here.
901 Heavy, Los Angeles Tower, runway 7 left, wind 080 at 12. RNAV trap, cleared for takeoff.
Okay.
Runway 7 left, RNAV trap, cleared for takeoff. FedEx 3901 Heavy.
And I heard the same thing, runway 7 left, we are cleared for takeoff. So let's do the lineup and see what the weather radar is going to tell us. Takeoff checklist. Flight controls checked, flaps 14, spoilers armed, trim 7.20 and 0, EAD checked, takeoff checklist complete. Okay, a little bit of red. We might have to go slightly to the right. Oh yeah, we very likely have to go to the right. But okay, we'll request that with departure. Are you ready? Then take off. Auto flight.
Hold short of runway 25 right.
Runway 25 right, American 3317.
80 knots is checked. V1. Rotate.
American 2766 holding short of 7 left, ready for departure.
All the climb. Gear up.
100 at 10, gusting 15, runway 7 left, cleared for takeoff.
Cleared for takeoff, 7 left, American 2766.
Okay, wipe us off. Auto flight.
901 heavy, contact departure on 124.3.
Switching to departure on 124.3. FedEx 3901
And tell them that we're
Heavy.
turning on heading 110, please. So, pitch, climb thrust, flap 0. Speed checked, flap 0.
SoCal departure, FedEx 3901 Heavy. Good morning, climbing through 1000.
Checked. Okay, give me speed 250 for the time.
FedEx 3901 Heavy, SoCal departure, radar contact, climb via the SID.
Climb via the SID, FedEx 3901 Heavy.
Okay, well, let's tell them left. FedEx 3901, request heading 080 to avoid weather.
FedEx 3901 Heavy, heading 080 approved.
Uh, 1000 to go. He said climb via the SID, and let's actually make that 090, just to be safe here. Of course, we are drifting 10 degrees to the left. FedEx 3901, request further climb. I'm really not too keen on leveling off in this type of weather.
FedEx 3901 Heavy, climb and maintain 16,000.
Climb and maintain 16,000. FedEx 3901 Heavy.
Okay. Climb thrust 15,000. FedEx 3901, request speed 270.
FedEx 3901 Heavy, speed 270 approved.
FMS speeds, slots rechecked. Okay. So, with that we've done everything we needed to do, and then we can just continue that climb at this speed over here.
901 heavy direct trap, then as filed, please.
Okay, trap. Nah, we can do jivvy. FedEx 3901, request direct jivvy. So heading 040.
FedEx 3901 heavy direct air JV approved.
Okay, that is good. Direct 2, let's clear that scratch pad real quick. And jibby. That looks good. nav available. And nav. Okay, proceeding to RJB, FedEx 3901 heavy. Okay. That's hopefully going to take us above the weather. I think we've flown around the worst part.
3901 heavy, I need you below 250 knots.
No, you don't.
SkyWest 3213, contact Bob Hope Tower.
Alright, we are going to maintain that speed for the time being in order to continue the climb to get above that red cell over here. And then we are slowly but steadily getting above these things. This is where it would have been so incredibly useful if we had a real working weather radar where the tilt would do something. Because then we could easily see we have a flight path angle of 4 degrees in the climb. So if that weather stayed red at 4 degrees...
3901 heavy, contact SoCal approach on 125.5.
Yeah, that's a little tight with that traffic, but he will be clear.
FedEx 3901 heavy.
No, that's not a crossing descent. What is that TCAS doing? I mean, yes, this is a loss of separation, no doubt about it. But a descent RA would not really have been appropriate here.
FedEx 3901
Yeah.
heavy.
I'm gonna take it that way.
1000 for 16000. FedEx 3901 heavy. SoCal approach descend to maintain 1000.
No. Absolutely not.
Descend and maintain 1000. FedEx 3901 heavy.
FedEx 3901 unable descent due to weather. Request climb flight level 240.
FedEx 3901 heavy. Climb and maintain flight level 240.
That's better.
Climb and maintain flight level 240.
Okay, climb thrust 240.
FedEx 3901 heavy.
And actually go to profile here. Climb thrust 240. Okay, so those altitude restrictions are no problem. I just want to get a little bit above this stuff over there, but I think we are good for the time being. Well, and I think from here on, the rest of our departure is going to be fairly easy. As soon as we're getting clear of the weather, I'm going to go back to FMS speed so that we can... Oh, that was for us.
Climb and maintain flight level 330. FedEx
Here we go.
3901 heavy.
Climb thrust 330. And we are clear of the weather. That stuff in front is not going to play a role. FMS speed. Okay, lovely. Then we've done it. So I'd say for now, sit back, relax, and enjoy the flight. The rest of the flight should hopefully be a little bit smoother than this first part. And then I'll see you all when we start the approach into Newark. Alright, you've heard it. We're expecting the ILS to runway 4 right, and
Altimeter 3013.
we are just about approaching 10,000 feet over here on the arrival. Now, we do have a little bit of snow here and there on the ground, but overall it's gonna be a lovely approach into Newark. The weather is really looking good there.
Descend and maintain 8,000 feet, turn right, heading 150 vector. The ILS runway 4 right, altitude.
Descend and maintain 8,000. Right heading 150 for the ILS 4 right approach. Altimeter 3013. FedEx 3901. Heavy.
Okay, so vertical speed and heading 150, that's kind of the wrong direction, but I'm sure they have a plan, so we'll just be following that for the time being. Okay then, passing 10, the lights are on, signs on, and let's turn those on as well over there. Okay, so light signs, altimeter 3012, let's just make sure that that's set on the standby as well down there, and then we are looking good with our approach preparation. So for our FMS, let's just go ahead and go direct to Kilmar. Like that. We will obviously be a little bit low here because the star just brought us in really low. Distance to go is now 52 nautical miles. Now, one thing that we gotta deal with over here is our landing weight. See, 481.4 is the maximum landing weight. We're at 481.2. So we're coming in right at the very maximum landing weight that the plane is certified for. That means even with flaps 50, we're looking at an approach speed of 160 knots. And just to show you, if we went flaps 35, that would be 166 knots. That is an incredible airplane, isn't it? This is really where it shows that this aircraft is, well, anything but not really built for these speeds. Okay, so engine anti-ice is off. By the way, this is also where the MD-11 has been known by its pilots to be, you know, let's just say a little bit of an itchy piece of an airplane. It just has a rather small stabilizer compared to the weight of the aircraft, and that can make the vertical control of the plane rather difficult. Alright, in any case, that's going to be a problem for us in 10 minutes, and not for now. For now, let's go ahead and have a look into the approach data, and then talk about the approach briefing. So let's go right back inside over here.
27.175, C Delta 716.
So I think we can say that the General Electric powered aircraft is giving us a rather good fuel consumption in sim brief, while the Pratt Whitneys are rather off. So that's the reason why we are right at the max landing weight. Okay, engine anti-ice back on, and then we can start with the approach briefing, please. So it's going to be a radar vector to ILS approach, runway 4 right in Newark, and we are approaching with an MSA of 3,600, the minimum is 211, and in case of a go-around, it's left turn out, climbing 3,000. Yeah, I got extra fuel, more than enough. The problem is more that we have too much fuel, to be honest, and well, that's it. So for the arrival, we are going to fly a flight director guided approach with flaps 50, auto brake medium, or actually I'll tell you what, the runway is long, let's go auto brake minimum in order to avoid the brakes getting too hot. We will be using maximum reverse to help the brakes cool down, and I've got nothing special, I've got nothing non-standard. We've already talked about the high landing weight, and that's really it. So you have any questions or suggestions or threats? Well, threats we have kind of talked about already. That's the high approach speed with the rather abysmal elevator or stabilizer effectiveness of the MD-11. So we'll approach a little low.
Turning right, heading 170. FedEx 3901 Heavy.
Okay, heading 170. So yeah, we'll approach a tad below the glide and then flare at 50 feet, then we should be on the safe side for the landing.
FedEx 3901 Heavy, descend and maintain 4,000 feet, left heading.
Descending and maintaining 4,000. Turning left heading 130. FedEx 3901 Heavy.
Okay. So, heading 130, vertical speed 4,000.
Heavy, proceed direct gritty. Descend and maintain 2800 feet until established on the localizer. Cleared for the ILS runway 4 right approach.
Direct gritty. Descend and maintain 2800
Okay.
feet until
Nav.
established on the localizer. Cleared for the
That looks
ILS
like we're
runway
pretty
4
much on
right approach.
profile, so
FedEx 3901 Heavy.
profile is on. It would be nice if we had a range to altitude banana here, but let's see, 3.8 minutes, we gotta be in 2800. Yep, that sounds like a good moment to go to idle clamp. And down we go. Engine anti-ice off. So, we can slowly start to see New York coming in sight. There's the Newark airport. Here's the coastline. I think down there should be JFK. Looks like we'll reach 2800 just about at gritty. Well, let's help it a little bit here. Give me a bit of speed brake. What about our weight? 481.3. 481.4 is max landing weight, so we are below that. We are good to go. Alright, I think that's all looking good over here. Let's go ahead and do the approach checklist, please. System modes, auto, altimeters, QNH 3012. Approach checklist completed. Okay, India Echo Zulu Alpha is confirmed and 18 miles out is looking good. Approach armed. Or land armed. It's an MD-11 at the end of the day. Speed brakes back in. 8 miles to gritty, 1,000 to go. That's just about fine. So, one guy in front of us. Let's start slowing down here. To 20 knots, please. And idle clamp. Slats extend. Speed checked. Slats extended. Flaps already reduced towards 200 here. Flaps 15. Speed checked. Flaps 15. Okay, 190 is managed. That looks good to me. Managed speed.
2500.
Checked.
Stabilizer motion.
Yeah. Alright, let's have some fun.
Autopilot.
We'll keep auto thrust on. I just really don't want to risk, getting a bit too slow and losing even more elevator effectiveness here. That's why I'm going to have the auto thrust on.
FedEx 3901 Heavy, contact Newark Liberty Tower on 118.3.
Switching to Newark Liberty Tower on 118.3. FedEx 3901 Heavy.
Alright, I'll start the final turn myself here. Because I want to be sure that we're getting it right and not overshooting.
International Airport Towers, FedEx 3901 Heavy. Good afternoon. Established on the ILS runway 4 right approach.
FedEx 3901 Heavy, Newark Liberty International Airport Tower, roger, continue approach.
2500.
Checked. Localizer live. Localizer capture. So we seem to be a little bit to the left of the localizer. I can't really see the airport at all though, so we'll just fly back onto it by instruments here. Fly stop capture. Go around altitude 3000 set.
FedEx 3901 Heavy, wind 010 at 6, runway 4 right, cleared to land.
Runway 4 right, cleared to land. FedEx 3901 Heavy.
Okay, we'll need about 1,000 feet a minute here to maintain the glide slope.
1149 established on the RNAV Yankee runway 04 right. United 1149, roger.
And that is looking fantastic for now. Alright, gear down, flaps 28. Speed check, flaps 28. Flaps 35. Speed check, flaps 35. And flaps 50. Speed check, flaps 50. Okay, the approach lights are inside, and the entire runway is inside as well. Landing checklist. Landing gear down for green, auto brake, minimum, spoilers armed, flaps 50, EAD checked, landing checklist complete. Okay, so this is looking quite good. We are completely established, nice and stable, passing 1,000. Then on the very short final we'll go a tiny bit below the glide, like 3/4 of a dot or something, just to have a bit more margin on the flare. Not official procedure, of course, so don't do it at home, or rather do it at home only, don't do it in an aircraft.
500. 400. 300. Approaching minimum.
Checked.
200. Minimum.
Continue.
100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Okay, speed break up, thrust versus normal. One on it knots. Manual brakes, 80 knots. 60 knots. and welcome to Newark. Alright, we are gonna make a left-hand turn over here.
3901 Heavy, welcome to Newark Liberty. Contact ground on 121.8.
Switching to ground on 121.8. FedEx 3901 Heavy. Newark Liberty International Airport ground. FedEx 3901 Heavy. Good afternoon, cleared of runway. Ready to taxi to the gate.
FedEx 3901 Heavy, Newark Liberty International Airport ground, taxi to FedEx Cargo 11 via Papa 4, Papa, Charlie Charlie, hold short of runway 4 left, then Foxtrot 2. Good day.
Papa 4, Papa Charlie Charlie, hold short of runway 4 left, then
Okay,
Foxtrot
Papa,
2.
Charlie,
FedEx 3901 Heavy.
Papa all the way, Charlie Charlie into the ramp. Okay, that sounds easy. So we did keep the airplane in one piece, that's the most important thing here. And then we can tidy up. Like this. Alright, 4 hours and 4 minutes. I would say that was an easy one. So yeah, you could definitely see how the airplane kind of refused to flare there. Even though I did pull the nose up at 50 feet, we still did not positive touchdown, but somewhere on the brink of it. So, you know, told you, would be interesting to land this airplane. But hey, we're at 480,000 pounds, so not really surprising there. So, now the question, does GSX know about this parking spot? Doesn't look like it. Let's see, parking, Ram Cargo 11, yeah, that's probably it. And handling by FedEx. So, we continue straight ahead to Charlie Charlie, which is after the last exit of runway 4 right. So we taxi all the way straight until we're completely clear of runway 4 right, and only then we expect to cross the runway. Good. Really interesting speed management, by the way, at these high weights over here. You can see that the airplane is losing speed so quickly when I'm going to idle that we actually kind of have to keep a little bit of thrust on in order to maintain those 30 knots. That really tells you where those 1,500 pounds of taxi fuel are coming from.
Spirit Wings 2293, request pushback. Spirit Wings 2293, cleared for push and start. Push and start approved, Spirit Wings 2293.
Okay, so another 2 taxiways, and then Charlie Charlie will be the next on the right thereafter, so that's that one over there. Okay, start APU. So there is one more departure over there, little lawnmower. Charlie Charlie to the right. And a little Embraer behind that. FedEx 3901, request crossing runway 4 right. Left. So here's the lawnmower.
FedEx 3901 heavy, cross runway 4 right, then continue taxi.
Okay, we'll assume that they meant 4 left here. So, strobe lights back on.
FedEx 3901 Heavy, hold short of runway 4 left, traffic holding in position.
Yeah, I don't care about traffic holding in position. This fits perfectly, doesn't it?
Push.
Okay, so Foxtrot 2 is supposed to be a ramp entry, but I can't see anything about that here. So now's the problem, that we have absolutely no clue where on that ramp we are parking, because we got no charts for it. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do. We'll taxi towards the entry here, and then we'll be calling for a pushback. Not for a pushback, for follow me.
Brickyard 3589 are ready to taxi. Brickyard 3589 are runway 4 left taxi via Romeo Golf Bravo Alpha Alpha.
Alright, high intensity light is off. There's our follow me coming.
Brickyard 3589er. Spirit Wings 22903 ready to taxi. Spirit Wings 22903.
Okay, taxi lights off. And there he is.
Runway 11 taxi via Alpha 8, Bravo, Romeo Mike, Whiskey 1, Spirit Wings 22903. FedEx 3901 Heavy, cross runway 4 left.
Yeah, we have crossed runway 4 left.
Ready to taxi.
Okay, looks like it's that gate on the right hand side over there.
Runway 4 left taxi via Romeo Juliet Alpha 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 Brickyard 3660.
And there is ground crew over there as well. Lovely. So lights are off, radar is off.
Delta 28905 ready to taxi. Delta 28905, runway 4 left taxi via Alpha
And
1 Foxtrot 3 Alpha 12 Alpha Alpha Alpha.
Alright, parking brake set, APU is available.
Foxtrot 3 Alpha 12 Alpha 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 Delta 28905.
And here we go. Alright, you seem to be happy down there. Seatbelts off, beacon off, ignition is off automatically, that's good.
Brickyard 3665, runway 4 left taxi via Alpha Alpha Alpha.
So, Squawk 2000, everything's set, and that's it. Alright, lovely. Then let's do the parking checklist, please.
JetBlue 127, give way to the Brickyard Embraer.
That's exterior lights. All set.
Give way to the Brickyard Embraer 75, JetBlue 127.
So, exterior lights set, anti-ice off, stabilizer trim. I keep forgetting about that one. Let's set it real quick. Okay, no more hydraulic, that's fine. So stabilizer trim remains on 8 units. System display status is checked. System modes, all automatic. Spoilers retracted, flaps up retracted, fuel switches off, parking brake set, weather radar off. Transponder, standby, and APU air on, parking checklist complete. Well then, let's go ahead and get ourselves some ground services. So we got trucks and we got a GPU, which we can already connect up there, then we can shut the APU down. And well, my friends, with that, welcome to Newark. I do hope you enjoyed the flight. As always, leave your feedback in the comments underneath the video, like, comment and subscribe, and if you really love what I'm doing on this channel, I would appreciate a small donation through the Buy Me Coffee link in the video description below. Thank you very much for watching, and I'm looking forward to see you all again on the next one.